Okay, let's just be real for a second. Is there anything more jarring than settling into your favorite spot on the couch, tea, or wine? No judgment here. In hand, ready to laugh off the day's chaos with Stephen Colbert, only to realize it's a rerun. If you tuned in last night hoping for Stephen's fresh take on the latest headlines and instead found yourself watching an interview you swear you saw 2 weeks ago, you aren't going crazy. You didn't accidentally sit on the remote. I hate to be the bearer of men news, but The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is officially on a break this week. I know. It's a bummer. Especially right now, when the world feels like it's moving at a million miles an hour, and we really need that late-night comedic relief to make sense of it all. But before you panic or go doom scrolling on Twitter to fill the void, let's chat about what's happening, why it's happening, and, most importantly, when our favorite bespectacled host will be back to rescue our evenings. So, why the radio silence? The short answer? Thanksgiving. Yep, even the hardest working man in late night needs a moment to unbutton his blazer, put on some sweatpants, and eat an ungodly amount of stuffing. For the week of Monday, November 24, 2025, through Friday, November 28, 2025, Stephen and his incredible team are taking their annual Thanksgiving hiatus. It's actually a pretty standard tradition in the TV world. Think of it this way: the writers, the producers, the band, shout out to Louis Cato, and the crew have been churning out nightly comedy gold for weeks. They need a breather to recharge their creative batteries so they can come back swinging for the holiday season in December. It makes sense, right? As much as we miss them, we want them rested. A rested Stephen is a sharp Stephen. The silver lining schedule: what to watch instead. Here is the good news. Just because there are no new episodes doesn't mean the Ed Sullivan Theater is going dark. CBS has curated a week of greatest hits reruns that are actually genuinely worth a rewatch. If you're looking for something to have on in the background while you prep pies or avoid talking politics with your uncle, here is the lineup for this week. Honestly, some of these interviews were so good the first time, they deserve a second round. Monday, November 24, The Rock and Politics Mix. The Vibe, intellectual but edgy. The guests, you got Jonathan Karl talking about the shifting political landscape, which, let's be honest, is always relevant, followed by the legendary Pete Townshend. Why watch? If you missed Pete Townshend sitting in with the band the first time, you need to see it. It's not every day a rock god just casually jams on late-night TV. Tuesday, November 25, Hollywood Royalty and History Class. The Vibe, glamorous yet smart. The guests, the ageless Demi Moore stopped by to chat about her show Landman, and documentary genius Ken Burns was there to make us all feel a little smarter. Why watch? Demi Moore is always a fascinating interview, but Ken Burns has this way of making history feel incredibly urgent. It's a great episode if you want to feel a little more cultured before the Thanksgiving food coma sets in. Wednesday, November 26, the Thanksgiving Eve Comfort Watch. The Vibe, charming and witty. The guests, the absolute delight that is Emma Stone, plus journalist Alex Wagner. Why watch? Emma Stone and Stephen always have fantastic chemistry. They usually end up geeking out over something random, and it feels less like a celebrity interview and more like two friends hanging out. It's the perfect low-stress watch for the night before Thanksgiving. Thursday, November 27, The Ultimate Turkey Day Companion. The Vibe, American Treasure Status. The guests, Tom Hanks. Why watch? I mean, come on, it's Tom Hanks. Is it even legal to have Thanksgiving without Tom Hanks involved somehow? This episode, originally from early November, features Tom discussing his new play, plus a performance by the legendary Mavis Staples. It is wholesome, it is heartwarming, and it is safe to watch with your grandma. Friday, November 28, Post-Feast Laughs. The Vibe, chaotic energy in the best way. The guests, Tiffany Haddish and Gary Cole. Why watch? If you are still full of leftovers and need to burn calories laughing, Tiffany Haddish is your girl. She is never boring, never predictable, and always hilarious. When is the real show coming back? Okay, enough about reruns. When do we get the fresh content? Mark your calendars, or just set a mental sticky note. Stephen Colbert returns with brand new episodes on Monday, December 1, 2025. That's right, he's just taking the week off. Come next Monday, he'll be back at his desk, rested, full of turkey and likely armed with a whole week's worth of jokes about his family's Thanksgiving dinner and whatever chaos happened in the news cycle while he was away. Why we feel the absence so much. I was thinking about why it feels so weird when these shows take a break. It's because The Late Show isn't just a TV show anymore, it's a nightly ritual. For a lot of us, Stephen is the guy who tucks us in at night. He takes the scary, confusing, or just plain stupid things that happen during the day and processes them through a lens of humor and humanity. When that's missing, the day feels a little unfinished. It's totally normal to feel a little bummed out when you see that encore presentation text scroll across the screen. It just means you're part of a community that values that connection. A suggestion for your week. Since you have a free hour every night this week, maybe use it to catch up on some other stuff. Stream that show everyone keeps telling you to watch, you know the one. Read a book, maybe Stephen's book Does This Taste Funny? If you really need a Colbert fix. Sleep. Honestly, getting an extra hour of sleep this week might be the best gift you give yourself before the December holiday madness kicks in. But don't worry, the hiatus is short. The desk will be polished, the band will be tuned up, and the confetti cannon will be reloaded before you know it. Until then, enjoy the reruns, have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating, and hang in there. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming on December 1st.